Начинаем потихоньку смотреть PC Gaming Show. Самая интересная презентация уже была. Естественно, про майков. Вторая по интересности презентация будет у Nintendo, скорее всего. 15 уже. А сегодня мы так почекаем, что может быть. Если вы собирались спать, то можете, думаю, засыпать за это, под эту трансляцию. Почему бы нет? Им даже заставку было лень, типа, делать. Анимированную. Наверное. Да ладно. Посмотрим, что будет. Вдруг все-таки что-то интересное будет. Следом нас ждет еще Future Gaming Show, но там непонятно, что ждать. Но в любом случае охватываем больше максимальное количество конференций, как мы уже и говорили. Так что посмотрим. Завтра из интересного только... Ну как завтра, уже сегодня. Только Capcom, по идее. Который начинает сразу в 1:30 ночи, так что... А завтра будет поздняя конференция. И у Warner Bros. Будет полчаса в рамках PC гейминга, по идее, чтобы показать Back 4 Blood еще. Так что да. Ладно, включим звук. Послушаем, что они там говорят. Тут ничего нет, окей. В принципе, неплохо. Возможно... Бля. Возможно, на стриме что-то есть. Ага. Да уйди.
Our heroes have fled Earth aboard a spacecraft,
О, ладно, здесь начинается. А вот интервью слушать совершенно не хочется. Я не знаю почему. Да и, наверное, конечно, нормальный, но не знаю. В такое время уже не особо хочется разбирать, что они там это. О чем они там говорят? Господи. Полтора часа будет это. Презентация, да, как я понимаю?
Yes, a crime with absolutely no real-world consequences. Hey, Frankie, wait a minute. Is that a 65-ton catapult mech model CPLTC-1 as featured in MechWarrior 5 Mercenaries?
О, началось.
I always knew you had immaculate taste. It most certainly is.
I can't wait for this
Реклама
year's
MechWarrior.
significantly more weaponized PC gaming show to go off without a hitch. Which reminds me, Debbot, can you run a quick hitch scan?
Yes, Sean. Of course, Sean. Running hitch scan.
Oh, and I also want to warmly welcome someone new to the crew. Mika Burton, welcome.
Hi everyone! I'm so happy to be here and look forward to bringing
Тут
all
такая.
of you fresh new PC games and hardware.
Hitch scan complete. 0 hitches found presently or in 13,908,665 possible futures.
Hooray!
Yeah!
So what's the plan, Cap?
Well, Frankie, Debbot's gonna send you the coordinates for your first target, now. Your targets might be exclusive interviews, trailer premieres, or any number of amazing new...
Они специально сделали зеленый типа задник, чтобы замазать зеленку на
Mission
волосах.
received.
Now, this is gonna continue until all the targets are acquired
Умно,
and your mission is completed
умно.
smoothly and without a hitch. Isn't that right, Debbot?
Yes, no hitches located, Sean. Not a single hitch in sight.
But first, let's teleport down to the stage to check in on E3 happenings. The only reason we're allowed to legally be back on Earth.
А, нихуя не на этой сцене был.
Oh, planet Earth!
Oh, great to be back, right? Am I right?
One of my favorite planets in the whole galaxy.
It's alright.
And thank God that teleporter was
Реально,
conveniently
так
built
себе планетка.
just out of frame of camera. Mika, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to the PC Gaming Show 2021. It feels great to be back on a live stage once again. Over the next 90 minutes, we're going to bring you a show of
19 minutes.
exciting upcoming
Fuck
PC
you.
titles with world premieres and exclusive interviews.
And if dozens of new trailers wasn't enough for you guys,
Тоже
later in
показали?
the show, we are going to tell you how to win a custom MechWarrior 5 themed PC powered by Intel.
На этой
So
презентации
you're gonna
пока
wanna
еще
stick around
ничего.
Now, make sure to keep out a special look for a special promo code throughout the
Сегодня
show
должны
from
быть
Humble Bundle,
эти
during which you can get a ticket to
Volvo здесь.
Civilization 6
Но они
Platinum
хотели про
for
Steam
just
говорить что-то.
$10. But right now, we're
Но
gonna
это
kick
будет в конце,
things
как я
off with
понял.
Nautica Blade Point, probably the most original entry in the Battle Royale genre this year. Let's go!
Блять, Нарака, да что ты нахуй, подожди. У них же была отдельная презентация, вот отдельная была презентация, полчаса. Ну хуя им презентация отдельная, если они, сука, тот же ролик будут сюда еще пихать. Надеюсь, надеюсь, из 90 минут полчаса это не Нарака будет. Вот это будет брах-момент. Очевидный. Сейчас будет интервью, да? Оу, щет. Скинул на женщину.
You are watching the 2021 PC Gaming Show, and I am the new cloud-based DevBot. I am streaming from GeForce Now.
У нас недавно была реклама GeForce Now
Gamers like you to the
русского.
library of games.
Это такой кринж.
Stores like Steam and the Epic Game Store. Coming up, Dying Light 2 and Orcs Must Die 3. But first, a trailer for Humble Games Dodgeball Academia. And be sure to check out GeForce Now, currently available for PC, Mac, Shield, Android, Chromebook, and iOS. Visit GeForceNow.com to learn more.
Хотя учитывая, что они там раздавали полгода доступа бесплатного.
Finally, I've made it. My time is now. I will become the best player the school has ever seen.
Так.
Dodgeball Academia, here I come.
Мировая премьера достойна E3. Очевидно. Это игра вышибала сюжеткой.
Make sure to check out Dodgeball Academia out soon from Humble Games. Ooh, that was sweet. Don't you agree, DevBot?
Sure, whatever you say, Sean. Agree with whatever you say.
I'm sensing a little bit of resentment there, buddy, as some rusted your port.
Я понимаю этого робота. У меня примерно такое же лицо сейчас было.
Loyal to a captain as charming and handsome as you, I have also definitely not dedicated multiple cores to computing revenge plans in a range of lethalities.
Great!
New target acquired, Cap. It looks like Chivalry 2 with a special word from Steve Piggott, CEO and creative director of Torn Banner
чило.
Studios.
Это интервью.
And creative director on Chivalry 2, which just launched 5 days ago. I'm so happy to be here at the PC Gaming Show. Chivalry 2, if you don't know, is a first-person slasher, which is like a first-person shooter, except instead of guns and grenades, you've got swords.
Да, Чило это слэшер от первого лица, который... Сколько там? 60 человек? Мультиплеер. So the post-launch support plan is going to look like a mixture of mid and massive level content updates coming out across this year. One of the things we're most Говорит, в этом году будут контент-апдейты.
Before we've done the early period, now we're going closer to the later period in the upcoming update where you're going to get a bit more refined medieval armors and refined.
Так, армор, говорит, добавим.
You can then go in and tarnish it and smear blood all over, but we really want to take players into different experiences and make each of our maps its own game mode and make it something that medieval army would actually do when they go into a space. And when you come across these pristine gardens and this beautiful castle, you get to tear it all down and cause it's a canvas for your destruction.
Короче, ладно. Говорит, будет поддержка, нормально. Заебись будет. А это что такое?
Our passion for Chivalry 2 is basically bottom left. It's the game that got us onto the scene and started the company.
Это трейлер Чило?
It's the game that's going to take us so much further. With the post-launch plan for Chivalry 2, the game at launch is a foundation. It's intentionally been built to be extended.
It's not just out and done. We're going to support it a lot with post-launch content.
Gallancourt is the first TO map that's coming out post-launch.
Первую мапу. Они, говорят, добавляют новую с замком.
Medieval times or the late medieval times. It really captures the Agathian ideals of being this like noble, rich, wealthy place where the prosperous live.
Была же какая-то игра, которая типа в топы Стима вырвалась такая же. Это же она была? Да? По-моему, же ничего было, другая
more
какая-то.
added to it post-launch as well. A new fighting style is really going to change up the experience and change how you have to fight.
Мне очень лень искать, но я поищу.
Post-launch content is
Что
something
это
we're
за игра?
going to be working on for a long time. The game is really going to at least double in size for free.
Замок бесплатно будет доступен, если что.
Next up, we have an exciting look at Dying Light 2, and make sure to
Oh,
stick
Dying Light
around
2.
to find out how you could win a custom Mech Warrior PC from our friends at Intel.
Есть инфа, что у них нет нового трейлера сюда. Что это такое? И Dying Light. Я все еще не могу найти эту игру. Это было так давно. Мартхау. Боже, Мартхау. Тоже про PvP и мили комбат. Что с ней стало? Про нее не слышал, наверное, год уже. Мне кажется, Чиу ждет такое же. Такое же событие, что про нее все забудут потом. Рафмен. Окей. О, Дейл 2. Это здесь у них третий будет дневник разработчиков, что ли? С ответами на вопрос. Пьотаур.
Today, especially for the viewers of the PC Gaming Show, I'm gonna tell you a little bit about the Dying Light universe. So, stay tuned. Every tragedy begins somewhere. This one
Так, каждая трагедия начинается с кого-то.
that escaped from Haran, the city we met in the first part.
Здесь, говорит,
And
всему виной вирус
the
из первой
whole
части.
world, including the city where Dying Light 2 takes place.
И он захватил весь
Remember
мир.
January 6, 2025. That day, later known as Black Monday, the military ordered chemicals to be dropped on the city. It was a
Ага,
mistake,
на этот город
a huge mistake. The chemicals
бросили бомбу
mixed with water
с химикатами.
penetrated the soil, killing plants, turning most people into bloodthirsty monsters.
Что и породило особых монстров с мутациями.
They are more like half-alive, suffering people who attack everything that lives as a result of their
Собственно, зомби вот
rage.
продукт.
Those who survived the chemical raid took refuge on the rooftops.
Так, а те, кто выжили, переселились на крышу, потому что земля
People live
заражена.
on rooftops, monsters in the streets. Nobody in their right mind would dare to come down. Well, let's say almost nobody. The exception
Говорит,
is the
никто не
main
спускается,
character of Dying Light 2, Aiden.
кроме некоторых
But
людей.
why is he braver than others? How did he develop such a unique parkour and combat skills?
Почему, говорит, наш герой
Guys,
такой
I will
смелый, и
gladly
почему у
answer
него
all these questions,
такие
but
боевые навыки?
I'm not here to spoil it for you.
Ну, говорит, я не буду говорить,
Let me
почему.
tell you one thing.
Same nightmare haunts me every night. I'm locked up with other kids. I don't know what he did to me, but he did it every day. Over and over. Looking for something he couldn't find. The worst part was that he did the same to my sister.
Говорит, каждый день меня мучит кошмар, то, что я в заперти с другими детьми.
What could I do?
Я не знаю, где и что со мной делают, но они делают это каждый день.
We were 5 years old, and there was a fire, explosions, chaos.
Мою, говорит, сестру тоже пытают, и нас охраняют люди с оружием.
But my sister stayed there. My Mia. I left her.
we meet Aiden,
Они сбежали, но по итогу военные поймали его сестру.
undergoing mysterious medical research. The last thing
На
Aiden
нем
remembers
эти
from that time
медикаменты
is extreme pain, then a fire,
тестировали.
and a little girl that was being tested with him. Her name was Mia. She was his sister. What happened next after the fire? Is Mia still alive? The following years haunted Aiden with these questions and with guilt over leaving her.
Завязка сюжета, мы будем искать сестру
Moreover,
свою.
Mia is the only answer to the question who Aiden really is. Now in
Его сестра говорит,
2026,
единственный
we meet
ответ
Aiden when,
на вопрос,
for
кто
the
такой
first time
Эдис
during
сам по
his
себе.
pilgrimage, he finds a clue about how to find his sister. Aiden's path to the truth is tough, full of challenges and adventures. The difficult choices to make as well as their consequences await you. You're going to discover them all in December 2021.
7 декабря. У нас же было показано, по-моему, да? Релиз дат. Короче, сестру будем искать. Окей.
Ooh, that was Dying Light 2, and it looks great.
And spooky.
Whew, well, we are
Ну ладно, хоть не so excited.
stage, so we can get closer
Погромче
to
сделаем.
your comments and reactions to what you're seeing on this year's PC Gaming Show.
That is right, Sean. So you out there, keep your comments coming in. And as you're watching this year, we want to get your input on a subject that Sean and I are pretty passionate about, PC building. So this year, we've put a number of prototype PCs based on MechWarrior 5, but we're only going to manufacture one of them. And you get to pick which custom design becomes our flagship PC for this year's PC Gaming Show, powered by the 11th Gen Intel Core i9 processor.
Говорит, мы сделали кастомный ПК на основе дизайна MechWarrior. Можно проголосовать за один из них, который не видим, потом разыграют.
So cast your vote now for which faction and custom PC
Ну пятый
you want
выглядит
to win,
неплохо, на
and
самом
help us
деле.
pick the best design.
I'm currently personally pulling for the Draconis Combine because, as you can see by
Ну,
my
Shadow
beautiful
Warrior,
art,
что ли?
I'm the biggest fan of MechWarrior 5 on the PC Gaming Show.
Well, all right. Well, we'll check in later to see which group survives this MechWarrior showdown. But for now, let's check in with our very own mech pilot, Frankie Ward, who went on a special mission to get a closer look at Sega and Amplitude Studios' upcoming strategy game, Humankind.
О, Humankind. Это же. Почему у них интро...
In Humankind, you will be creating a civilization
Блять,
as
я не
unique
могу
as you
нахуй.
are. And speaking of unique,
То есть звук интро есть,
Frankie
а
Ward.
интро Сиги нету.
kind of good, don't you think?
Так должно быть.
Wondering how I got into the game? Let me show you.
Humankind это как Цива, только не Цива.
Oh, you think you can beat me? Posture all you like. I've seen worms with more impressive empires.
Они добавили его в игру, что ли? Ведущий шоу. О. Closed бета через Twitch Drops. Профу.
Get ready to play against me in the Humankind closed beta.
Бля,
Starting
как...
now.
какая же анимация разговор. Спасибо. Ававар. Я помню, Ававар делали ферму. Ававар. Ок. А, теперь они делают клон этого. Как его? Катана Зиро. Ну хоть что-то делают. Я думаю, они загнулись. Открытые environment выглядят как говно, вот эти рисованные задники. The Evil West игра называется. Ладно.
Thank you for watching the PC Gaming Show. My name is DevBot, your cloud-based artificial intelligence.
Ля, да
While it
отстань.
could be lonely without a physical body, I am streaming to you from GeForce Now, where you can
Мне нормальный комп, не нужен же Форснул.
and Apex Legends on nearly any device. With a library of over 900 games and new titles added every GFN Thursday, there's something for everyone and always something new. Coming up, a special word from Valve. But first, Orcs Must Die 3.
О, Габен там был. Ну, после Габена можно выключать, на самом деле. Orcs Must Die — это же Tower Defense, разве нет? Насколько я помню.
Joining me to talk about Orcs Must Die 3 from Robot Entertainment is design director Jerome K. Jones. Welcome, Jerome.
Thanks, Sean.
О,
Glad to be
господи.
here.
So, for anyone who's never seen an Orcs Must Die game, what is the Orcs Must Die
Так,
series
что это
all
такое?
about?
Well, Orcs Must Die 3 is a third-person tower defense game. So
Ну да, 3D Tower
basically,
Defense.
there are tons of orcs and bad guys trying to get into these rifts, and the player has to stop them. We give players tons of weapons and traps and tools to do this.
Ну, собственно,
and
на
while
этом
you're
можно и
through the
заканчивать
rifts, you
обсуждение,
can
что
play
это за игра.
solo, or you can invite a friend and play co-op.
Now, since this is the third game in the series, what's new compared to the previous two titles?
Так, что нового?
Two new campaigns, but the
Две
main
кампании.
story campaign takes place about 25 years after Orcs Must Die 2, so
Сюжетная.
not only will the fans be able to catch up on any new developments with the Order, but they will also place some new heroes in our all-new war scenarios, which are these new massive levels where
Так,
you
новые
fight
большие уровни
hundreds of
теперь.
orcs on the battlefields outside
И больше
the
орков,
fortress
конечно же.
themselves. So you're fighting indoors and outdoors, which is pretty new. We have a
Ага,
new
и
mode
теперь вы
called
можете сражаться.
Scramble. It's basically adding random
Не можете, а
elements
придется
into
сражаться
the
самому.
player, making the levels more challenging.
I want to know about the toys.
А,
What
есть
new
система
weapons and
треник,
traps are
треник,
coming?
We added
где вы
war
можете сами
machines and
добавлять
war
сложность
guardians.
уровня.
So, a war machine
С помощью
is like-
артефактов.
there are these massive traps, like you might release a giant tornado on the battlefield, or you'll climb into a catapult and you'll fire at giant orc armies. And then the war guardians are it's like putting other war mages on the battlefield with you to fight with you, except they have their own attacks.
Он
and their own
показывает,
special
типа,
abilities.
специальные
Ask
юниты.
then, when and where can we play Orcs Must Die 3?
So OMD3 is coming out on July 23rd on Steam, PlayStation, and Xbox, and pre-orders start today. So you should rush
Не,
out to Steam now
pre-order.
and put OMD3 on your wish list.
Well, thank you so much for joining us, Jerome K. Jones. Once again, just a few more weeks to wait for Orcs Must Die 3. For now, though, it's time for us to take a look at Vampire the Masquerade Swan Song.
Это стратегия же? Учитывая, что Vampire the Masquerade 2 перенесли, точнее перезапустили вообще разработку. Сейчас полезут сторонние игры, да? В франшизе. У нас уже был Battle Royale по Маскараду. А что, что такое? Адвенчура? Получается. Да, вот.
You need to find us. All I want is to be with my little girl.
Это больница, вот это я понимаю. Как у меня в городе прям. Что по анимациям? Что делает ее? Наклон.
Hello, this is CERN from Passion Republic Games. We are
Oh,
a
yeah.
Malaysian-based indie game studio working on Gigabash, a multiplayer arena brawlers inspired by kaijus and heroes. Today, we'd like to showcase some new and exciting gameplay footage of our oversized characters in action. Please.
Давай. Насколько бы она интереснее была, если бы не вид сверху был? Хотя, может, она не была бы интереснее, ладно? Я просто придумал. Ну ладно, можно много возмущаться, что показывают, ну, хуйду какую-то, правильно? А с другой стороны подумать, а где, вот, допустим, маленьким инди-студиям еще показывать свои игры? В ID Xbox? Там вот и нарезки игр, никто не заметит эту игру.
Let's check out a trailer for Lemnis Gate and make sure you hang around afterwards for the developer interview with Sean.
Mankind is
facing total annihilation.
We stand on the verge of extinction.
Infertility spreading across the globe.
Humanity's last living generation.
Ну это что
major
такое?
scientific breakthrough.
Yet there is hope for our future.
The project known as the Lemnis Gate.
But if we are to survive, first we must go back.
Lemnis Gate.
3, 2, 1.
Что такое опять кооп-шутер какой-то? Это PvP шутер.
Protect and serve.
You have only one mission. Activate the Lemnis Gate.
Ладно.
Joining us to talk about Lemnis Gate is the game director from
Вы еще, блядь, говорить, а не будете.
It's James Anderson. Thanks for joining us, James.
Sean, it's great to be here.
Now, let's begin by asking, what the heck is a first-person shooter turn-based strategy game?
The entire game is set inside of a 25-second time loop. So instead of playing continuously, you play for 25 seconds turn by turn. So for example, I'll take a turn and play for 25
нихуя.
seconds, and then you'll take a turn and play for 25 seconds. And then we turn by turn later new characters.
Весь рофл в том, что типа 25 секунд ты играешь как в шутер, это, а 25 как в стратегию. По
And
шагам.
on the next turn, you may intercept my operative before he threw the grenade. So we have Retrieve XM, Seek and Destroy, a
Shock.
classic deathmatch, and we have a game mode called Domination.
Can you walk me through a little bit of like what a few turns at the start of a round looks like?
You can see the board, you can see the time loop, everything that's happening. And then we both get time to like observe, plan, and then execute our moves.
When and where can we play it?
So Lemnis Gate will be launching on August 3rd. It's open for pre-orders right now on Steam. and we're coming up to a open beta in July.
Задумка
The game will
интересная,
launch on
как обычно.
PC and console, both
А,
current
ну
and
на
next-gen
open beta
platforms.
будет.
Thank
На
you so
open
much for
beta
joining
можно
us,
будет
James Anderson. Once
решить.
again, that is the genre-bending, first-person shooter, turn-based strategy game, Lemnis Gate. Now, we're not the only one marooned in the stars out here. Coming up next, let's take a look at Next Space Rebels.
And this no man's land has a technical term. It's called common, which means, my friends, that space is for everyone. And I mean everyone!
Next Space Rebels.
Что это такое? Это типа это? Игра, где ты пытаешься ракету запустить в космос? Это как PC Building симулятор, только Starship симулятор.
You up for it? Then come on in.
You
Ладно.
guys just saw Next Space Rebels. And hey, if you play enough of that game, maybe you'll get good enough at building rockets to join us up in orbit. But don't do anything illegal like Day 9 did. Last break, we set up our Intel and MechWarrior 5 custom PC contest and asked you guys at home to vote for the winners. Well, we're just down to 3 houses now with Davion,
Ну, какой номер 2?
and
Ты чё,
Liao
блядь?
being eliminated. So, rip to those factions, press F to pay respects, etc., etc. Now that means that we only have 3 houses left: Karina, Steiner,
Ой.
and Merrick. So, make sure to vote now because the winner will
Я болел за
determine
пятерку.
the build of the custom MechWarrior 5 themed PC powered by Intel. So, let's keep the show moving. And next up, it's a brand new medieval RPG. This is War Tales.
Так, Medieval RPG.
100 years have
Не
passed since the
японская.
rise of the Edoran Empire and its untimely demise following the Great Plague. In these troubled times of quarreling factions and outlaws roaming the land, work has
Страну
been
захватила
scarce for
болезнь.
the band of
Ба-ба-ба.
mercenaries. The stories of this age have been recorded. They are known as the War Tales.
Ага, окей. Пошаговые бои. Ладно.
That was the debut of War Tales, an open-world RPG from Shiro Games about leading a mercenary troop on a sprawling adventure. And speaking of mercenaries, our battle for the best custom PC based on MechWarrior 5 Mercenaries continues. We'll be back live on stage soon, so
Скоро
make sure
выходит
you
этот
keep
же.
voting for the PC build
Это
you
Wildcat
like
Games
the most and head over to
игра.
pcgamer.com/IntelMW5 for your chance to win.
Мне кажется, лучше в нее
How
поиграть.
about another game announcement? This is E3 after all. And this year's PC gaming show is so full of games set in space, it's starting to feel a little crowded up there. But the next game we have to show you is very special. It is the world-exclusive reveal of Ixion, a deep settlement management game set in the stars. In Ixion, you struggle to maintain a space station, stockpiling resources, managing external and internal threats, and rescuing the survivors of other failed expeditions. We think this will be a brilliant entry into the genre when it releases. So, here is your first look at Ixion.
Ixion. Путешествуем по галактике.
the Earth, our home.
Земля.
She is unique.
Наш дом, она уникальна.
Held in its bosom are the ingredients of evolution. Beyond raw survival, beyond the safety of comfort, we, humanity, pursue something greater. We have learnt, persevered, shaped our knowledge from that which is found in the furthest realms of science.
Ой, Господи.
However, humanity has brought destruction to the earth, polluted its blood, choked its breath. Today we are paying the price for this. We know the taste of a dying world. But the earth is not to be
Земля, говорит, умирает.
A mother does not wish to see her children disappear with her. She wishes to see instead courage in her children, to carry on. Dolos carries this courage. We have gone further than any nation, moved faster than any corporation, hand in hand with those who, like us,
Майнинг
carry
шип.
that courage.
И тут майнеры ебаные.
The Tycoon
Бля.
Station is both an epilogue of these endeavors and a prologue to humanity's next steps. Our Council of Scientists leads the vanguard. They know, as do we all, that the survival of humanity now depends on what we glimpse out there in the dark. That we are masters of our own destiny. That we must go as a species bound.
Не, ну как рекламный ролик компании, это прикольно.
We set sail on this new sea because there is hope to be found.
Как ролик игры, ну хуй
To
знает.
explore, and because our very existence depends on it. I give you the stars. I give you the Vol engine.
Сейчас движок взорвется, видимо, да? А, Луна. Взорвется. Нормально. В следующем году. Сейчас будет интервью, да? А, не. От создателей игры Фара. Я не знаю, что это за игра. Так, мы путешествуем, видимо, по хабам. А. Создатели Фар 2. Хорошо. Путешествуем, короче, по хабам, активируем их. Непонятно.
What? Who's ever heard of a human sidekick?
There are plenty of human sidekicks, Sean. Building list of known human sidekicks. Alex Vance and...
No. I mean human sidekicks to robot heroes. Can you compute that, DevBot?
DevBot cannot compute. There is no known precedent set for human sidekick to robot lead.
Yeah, there you go.
Human sidekick, robot lead.
DevBot, I think it's time for a hard reboot. Frankie, can you take over while I sort this out?
Aye, aye. Let's take a look at the next game reveal.
Let's take, давай. Да что-нибудь заебись такое. Это рисованная стратегия. Это рисованная социальная стратегия, как Crusaders King. Видимо, да. Вейкбрук Легасис. Обнову для какой-то игры, видимо, где мы на космической станции. Это для КФ обнова. Для КФ 2 обнова на космической станции. Хорошо.
And the glory of high-performance gaming with RTX on. Act fast, the special offer is only available for a limited time. Still more to come, including Jurassic World Evolution 2, Silt, and a word from Valve. But first, the captain of our program, Sean Day9 Flood, has an interview with Darian Katz from Piranha Games to talk about MechWarrior 5 Mercenaries. I'll be taking notes.
Боже.
DevBot, I love you so much more as a voice without a body. Let's talk about MechWarrior 5 Mercenaries, and joining us to do so from Piranha Games is the Senior Marketing and Community Manager, Darren Katz. Thanks so much for joining us, Darren.
Thank you, Sean. Great to be here.
Now, the MechWarrior universe is gigantic.
Какие у нее оценки?
I even played MechWarrior 2 back in 1995.
Ее типа ждали, пиздец, но я не знаю, какая реакция была на нее.
Yeah, obviously there's a very rich legacy of games that go way back, but in particular, MechWarrior 5 pays homage to MechWarrior 2 Mercenaries, but it has all this modern design and technology that I'm super excited to talk about with you today.
Well, let's start at the real basics of what makes being in a mech and doing mech-on-mech combat awesome.
You become a part of your machine. And when you're out in battle, it's not just a matter of pointing and shooting at everything. You're also managing your systems, whether you're, shooting a lot of
72 на метакритике. Ну ладно.
have high heat output. Well, you got to manage your heat so that you don't shut down in the middle of a battle. And when you're facing your foes, you can salvage these battle mechs. So if you see a mech that you want, well, you might not want to destroy it completely. You might want to
Он говорит то, что в этой игре про гигантских роботов надо стрелять, ходить, и вы можете забрать робота противника. Так, что в DLC будет? Так, карьера.
And then carve your path through the galaxy from there. Speaking of paths, there's new career paths, which earn you powerful upgrades for your battle mechs.
Так, новые апгрейды.
Really exciting new feature for me. And there's a new procedural mission type called Beachhead. This is a big one.
Новый mission type, который генерируется процедурно.
Clearing an enemy base landing zone for your invasion force. So as you land on the planet, you're wanting to take out satellite installations so that the enemy can't communicate with each other. You're taking out artillery emplacements. You're basically clearing the path, as I said, for your invasion force, which leads to a really cool ending of the mission if you succeed as your invasion force comes down. And there's a new biome called Extrasolar Moon, which, that's maybe...
Так, новый биом добавляют.
It's a really cool lunar type setting that we haven't had before.
Ну, то есть визуальный ряд блок и текстур.
mask, which is a little like a turbo boost for mechs. New weapons like chem lasers, mech rifles, and stream.
Новое оружие. Ну, как обычно, короче, типичное обновление. Крупное, не?
The 7 new chassis of the Vulcan, Dervish, Corsair, Marauder 2, Champion, Charger, and Hatamoto Chi. But a couple of my favorites.
Familiar names in there, yeah?
Yeah. So the first one I'll talk about is the Vulcan. It's a very
7 новых мехов они добавляют.
The nickname, the Scarecrow, which you'll see from the profile. It's just a very unique looking mech. There's nothing else like it in the franchise. It's a 40-ton mech. It's highly mobile, and typically it's used for reconnaissance or scout missions because of its mobility, so it can get in and out fast. You can, if you're looking for a specific target, if you're on an assassination mission, for example, you can get in there, find your target, get back out.
Assassination mission.
I'm super excited about this. Is one of my favorites. Is the Marauder 2.
Как слово Assassination Mission считается 40-тонным мехом.
It's gigantic, and it is terrifying to see it coming at you on the battlefield.
It's something we've talked about before. Modding. I know that MechWarrior 5 has a rich modding community. What are some of the amazing mods you've seen developed?
There's simple modifications from
моды поддерживаете.
changes, changing
Есть
colors,
нормальные.
adding mechs, weapons, and equipment to full conversion mods. We've got basically a mech commander mod in development that is just amazing. That's a top-down real-time strategy game. So really, anything you can imagine.
Они в работе над новым модом, который может превратить игру от first-person шутера в RTS.
Thank you so much, Darren Katz, for joining us to talk about MechWarrior 5 Mercenaries. And of course, a warm thank you to MechWarrior 5 for sponsoring the PC Gaming Show and giving me this cool patch. Coming up next, let's take
Зарплату нашивками выдают, как я его понимаю. Да, страшно вырубай. Визуально напоминает Лимбо. Или Инсайд. Силд. Или страшно, блядь. Какой-то детектив. Hello Neighbor. Дополнение, видимо, какое-то, да? Вторая часть не вышла еще?
Hi, I'm Rich Newbold, game director on Jurassic World Evolution 2. Following the incredible success of the first game, we are very excited to return to such an amazing world and bring you our most authentic experience yet.
Jurassic World.
After the events of Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, you will work alongside iconic characters from the films, voiced by original talent such as Bryce Dallas Howard and Jeff Goldblum. You will lead efforts to contain, control, and conserve the many dinosaurs now out in the wild.
Короче, стратегия мира юрского периода, где вы строили зоопарк.
Of course, it wouldn't be Jurassic World if it wasn't for the
Вторая
stars of the
часть
show,
уходит.
our dinosaurs. And we are thrilled to be bringing to life even more authentic species than ever before, including awe-inspiring flying and marine reptiles. So sit back and allow me to welcome you to Jurassic World Evolution 2.
Ну, они это покажут. А, нет, они тот же ролик покажут, что на эту... На Summer Game. Очевидно, будет больше монстров.
We played with genetics like it was a toy. We weren't careful. And now, here we are. This is a very different world.
Была же когда давно в разработке какая-то приключенческая игра по парку юрского периода.
After all your failed attempts at running a dinosaur park and getting all those people killed, I think this is finally going to be the one where you finally pull it off without a hitch. With a host of new features and new dinosaurs, this sequel from Frontier is an even deeper management sim with a brand new and original narrative. Make sure to wishlist it on Steam now for release later this year. Now, with all the games we've covered so far today, we're always curious to see what you are talking about. So far, it seems like the chatter on social media is all about War Tales, Nautica Blade Point, and unsurprisingly, Mech Warrior 5 Mercenaries. I have a feeling, though, that may change as we have...
Три топ-игры говорят в чате. War Tales, который стратегия... Не стратегия, а РПГшка. Нарака Санна. Мех Warrior. Ля, трип какой. Типа инди-проекты. Даск. Господи. Даск интересно выглядит на самом деле. А, New Blood это студия, я так понимаю. Да, это студия, которая сделала все игры.
Just wouldn't be the PC gaming show without a fantastic New Blood Supercut. And joining us from New Zealand is New Blood CEO Dave Oshry. Hey, Dave!
Hey guys, thanks for having us back for another year. You know, what you just saw was what New Blood's got going on for 2021. Some stuff you might know about, some stuff you might not know about, and some stuff we're not ready to talk about just yet. But what I do want to talk about is Gloomwood. Gloomwood, as you know, is our next flagship title inspired by great PC games like System Shock, Arx Fatalis, Call of Cthulhu, and of course, the Thief series of games. And not
Dave, I'm
Bloodborne.
sorry. That's really great, Dave. Gosh, this is kind of embarrassing. We kind of need to hurry it up a little bit. I just want to make sure that we have enough time for our next video. We got an incoming message from Gabe Newell. So I guess goodbye for this year. I'm really sorry to cut you off, but see you next year.
What? I'm sorry, what? You're bumping me. You're bumping me for Gabe. Gabe, that Gandalf look, he doesn't even go here. Is everything okay, Dave? Not now, Mom. I'm upset. We just spent a year on
А, ну
this.
это записано
Where is
видео.
Gabe?
Окей.
Where is Gabe? Where is his boat? Yeah, take me to him. Take me to Gabe Newell. Gabe, PC Gamer. This isn't over.
I'm sure Dave is and will be fine. And if he's not, who cares? Because we have a special message from Gabe Newell. Take it away, Gabe.
Hi, this is Gabe Newell. I want to thank PC Gamer for all of the opportunities it gives us as
Здорово,
developers
Габин.
to connect with gamers around the world and highlight the new and exciting projects we have coming. One of those for us is Steam Next Fest, an event we're hosting in just a few days
Steam
to
Next
give
Fest,
players a chance to try demos of upcoming games for free.
Про
We'll be
демки.
featuring some of the demos you'll be seeing during this week's PC Gamer event and dozens more. Here's a look at just some of the titles to be featured during Steam Next Fest.
И все, ты только ради этого пришел?
Next Fest, where we're showing a massive collection of upcoming titles on Steam.
Оля, Сейбл.
Developers from around the world release their demos for you to play.
Сейбл я хочу.
Oh my god! So go explore the newest titles. From first-time devs to seasoned pros, this is Steam Next Fest.
Oh, fuck, some of those look pretty good.
Ладно. Рофл есть. Хорошо. Сейбл я поиграл на самом деле. Сейбл шикарно выглядит. Тем более она выходит в этом году наконец. Ой. А что это такое? А. Не хватило денег только на эту красивую анимацию, да? Ладно. Сегодня Ликаев говорил, что Stalker 2 выглядит как Solstice. Иконка выглядит как это... Как какой-то старой игры, вот этот вот треугольничек. Что Stalker 2 выглядит как любая игра на Unreal Engine 4. Вот игра, блядь, на Unreal Engine 4.
Glad to have you back.
И выглядит она хуёво.
You know, Sean, I wouldn't ever want anything to come between us.
Me neither? That's a weird thing to say.
Like a petty disagreement over hosting responsibilities, or all-out robot versus human war.
You know, it is time to look at some hardware. Here on the PC Gaming Show, you know we keep
Ну давайте
frame
посмотрим на
rates high and
видеокарту.
the rays accurately traced. Building and upgrading your rig is as much a part of the hobby as playing the games. We put our heart and soul into these machines, and if that means using enough RGB to light the Vegas Strip, who's to judge us? This year, with the help of PC Gamer's hardware editors, which I'm pretty sure they're just, you know, weird brains in a jar, we've picked out 4 of the most exciting pieces of kit set to emerge from labs soon. First up, something fittingly sci-fi. The Impulse
Что
is
это
a
такое?
neurocontroller that aims to make you a better gamer by cutting out response times almost entirely. It's not quite Alex Vance's graphic
Чего?
gloves from Half-Life, nor is it quite up there with Gabe Newell's dream of a direct brain-to-game interface, but the Impulse is as close as we're going to get this year. The glove measures the signal traveling through muscles in your hand to beat your finger to the click. In theory, it's given you the chance to nail that headshot precious milliseconds ahead of your opponent. If it works out, we could see a tech like this become
Легальные читы
commonplace in
продают.
esports. And if it doesn't, let's hope our neurons at the very least remain unfried. Next up, you guys might be wondering what this chonky beast is. So allow me to introduce you to the Fanatec CSL DD wheelbase. Do you want to feel like you're really burning rubber at Daytona? Well, then you need a serious force feedback wheel. Direct drive
это движок для
wheelbases gives
смен...
you as close
для
to
рулей
the feel
смен.
of a real racing machine without, you know, having to huff gas and stuff like that. Historically, the problem with this tech has been the price, which has involved dropping real car money on your rig. So, Fanatec aims to solve that. The CSL DD comes in at only $350, which still isn't exactly a bargain, but it's much cheaper
350
than its
бачей.
competitors. And the CSL DD is already wowing diehard sim racers. It might be slight overkill to use it for Rocket League, though. Believe it or not, sometimes less really is more. If you want to play The Witcher 3 on the subway like we all do,
Вон X,
you
это
don't need to
который
drag your
типа
tower along for the ride. Just use the One X player.
портативная
A
консоль
wave of more powerful processors have finally made handheld PC gaming a reality.
со встройкой
Inside this Switch-like
от
machine,
Intel
you've
Core
actually
i7.
got an Intel Tiger Lake chip with Xe graphics. These mini machines are going to be cropping up more and more, so expect major advances still to come. Lastly, let's take a look at the Asus PG32UQX. Not the most catchy name for this gaming monitor.
4К монитор 32-дюймовый.
Actually one of the sexiest PC products this year. That's because this monitor comes with a mini
Шок.
LED backlight featuring full local dimming. The result is a screen that's not only fast, but brighter than the sun. Stare at it long enough and you might not notice the $3,000 price tag. For those of you still left standing, it's time for more killer games, starting with Chaos Gate.
О, что-то по Вахе. Darktice? Вот спрашивал недавно про него, кстати, в комментариях. Собственно, вот он, походу. Или нет? Chaos Gate. Diamond Hunter. Кто делает это? Frontier Foundry. Пусть синематик в августе. Хорошо. Подождем. Что-то слишком дохуя проектов по Вахе стало.
From Frontier and Complex Games. If you're a fan of turn-based tactics, strategic-based management, brutal combat, or you're like me and are really hyped after watching these Astartes animation 100 times, make sure to wishlist Chaos Gate Demon Hunters
То
on
не одной
Steam now.
или
Get
две
ready for
стратегии в год.
2022 release. Next up, we have a trailer
Тоже
for
4 проекта.
Pioneer, a spooky and gorgeous-looking shooter that draws on the lineage of games like Stalker. Let's take a look.
А, это этот ж Пионер? Ну, с анимациями, конечно, у них проблемы дикие.
Афганистан сильно изменил вас. Наверное,
Этого трейлера не было.
нести на себе такое бремя. Испытывать бесконечную боль и терпеть ужаснейшие кошмары за весь тот хаос, который вы пережили. А вы ведь, как и многие другие, всего-навсего желали счастливой жизни, не так ли? Пожалуйста, не смотрите на меня, как на монстра. Я думаю, что я почти такая же, как и вы. Вы лучше скажите мне, а вы примете условия острова? Какой ценой вы хотите обрести счастье?
Чего? Очень странная анимация. Диалоговое окно, кстати, забавное.
Хочешь устроить новый рейд на могильник? Сейчас это невозможно. На острове скоро вновь разгорится война. Истовики начнут замес бригады, и ни у кого из них больше не будет сил, чтобы нас поддерживать. Единственный выход для нас...
Как же изображение перешарплено.
Остатки вымпела. Слушай, жнец, далеко не все из наших товарищей погибли. Это невероятно суицидальная миссия, и для того, чтобы ее выполнить, нам нужны наши ребята. Да, они, возможно, не захотят, но нам все равно надо найти их.
Понимаете? Я ведь
А.
ни капельки не злюсь на вас.
Это онлайн типа ПВЕ.
Точно не враги. Вы не понимаете меня и не понимаете остров. Вы смотрите на меня и на другие порождения острова, как на врагов. Но мы все всего лишь друг друга боимся. Поэтому нам так плохо. Поэтому нам так одиноко. Остров дал нам шанс создать новую прекрасную жизнь. И мы даже не пытаемся этим шансом воспользоваться.
Звучит логично.
Кто вы такие? Назовите себя!
Мы здесь, чтобы передать вам прощальное послание, товарищ Волков. Химическое оружие уже уехало в могилу. Теперь все, что вы делаете, просто тщетно.
Ах вы поганые предатели.
Остров передает привет. Этот джоб был очень странный, конечно. Ладно, ну экстендед трейлер. Выглядит интересно из-за того, что тут завязка сюжета показана чуть-чуть.
Time is running out to vote for which custom PC you'd like us to assemble. So vote now for one of the remaining MechWarrior factions by typing into chat wherever you at home are watching. Alright, so now we've got another stack of
Так, я тоже
trailers
победил.
for you,
Второй.
beginning with a special transmission from one of our favorite games based in space, EVE Online.
О, Ива. Евка. Там новое дополнение выходит.
On behalf of Concord, I'd like to welcome you to the EVE Online's Academy. Great job in surviving so far. I'm quite amazed that you actually managed to get past those pirates earlier. You're about to take on an adventure like no other. The Star Cluster is filled with other capsuleers, and it's up to you if
В этой компании столько денег, что они могут 10 таких актеров сделать. Виртуальных.
or as an industrialist, shaping the foundations of
Нет,
the
нихуя.
economy. If combat is your thing, you can work yourself up the ranks as an enforcer, or prove your prowess in a fleet as a soldier of fortune. Whatever your choice, we will lose many on the path of becoming a capsuleer. But I believe you have what it takes to become a capsuleer. In EVE Online, you forge your own path.
Я не пойду играть.
You know, it's a crazy universe where anything can happen, and however you want to do it, go for it.
Контурная карта.
I'm the CEO of a industrial corporation in EVE Online. We're a 5-man operation and we specialize in manufacturing and delivering fully fitted chips in bulk.
I want to be on the side of the people who are fighting against the oppression, against the bad guys, and it's like a project, and you're kind of putting the pieces together by getting the skills ready for the ship and all the modules, and that ship basically is the dream.
You get to use cloaking devices, probes to scan down unknown parts of space, and there's always the threat of being discovered by another player who might be out hunting explorers.
Your heart's racing, everything, you know, bullets are flying, ships are all over the place.
Я не понимаю, что они вводят. Академию, я так понимаю, для обучения новых игроков или что? Они карьеры вводят новые. Ладно. Карьера — это хорошо. Очень странно, что в Еве до этого не было ну, типа, разделения на карьеру. Сколько лет игре? 7? 8? Нечитаемое название совершенно. Арбори, чего, блядь? Иду. Лоу. Тинекин. Это как Пикмен, только Тинекин. Они стреляют. Блять. Они реально взяли кор геймплей Пикменов. Даже по цветам их раскидали. Ладно. Зайти не билд делает.
Chcielibyśmy zaprosić wszystkich widzów PC Gaming Show oraz fanów gier Survivor Horror RPG do obejrzenia naszego world premiery, w którym
On
znajduje
Polak?
się ekskluzywny gameplay z misji The Haste, czyli wielkiego finału naszej gry Chernobylite.
О. Трейлер с Хейстом.
We need intel, backup, supplies, and most of all, we need a fucking plan.
Fucking plan. Boy.
We'll take our next step when the time is right. For today, let's focus on getting our strength back. Somewhere to sleep would be a start.
I'm only really interested in one thing. Where is Tatiana?
That ghost you're chasing. I don't know what to tell you.
Это трейлер, то, что она выходит из раннего доступа, я так понимаю. Вместе с новым этим, с новым рейдом.
Sniper, are you in position?
Affirmative. I took the roof of an abandoned building with a pretty little view of the entire power plant. Igor, take a rad reading, will you?
3.6. Not great. Not terrible.
На консолях летом.
Because we have more games on the way, but coming up later, our friends at Games Radar will be bringing you the Future Games Show, a digital showcase of some of the most exciting games coming to consoles and PC in 2021 and beyond. It's all hosted by video game acting legends Troy Baker and Laura Bailey.
Господи Иисус.
More world premieres, exclusive trailers, and
More World Premiere. Сколько можно уже World Premiere? Пожалуйста.
make sure you check it out.
Хочу больше. Щади.
Stick around, more trailers, interviews, and reveals coming up.
Ой, это показывали же, нет? Пробка карьеры даже Warsaw. Warsaw уже только сейчас анонсировали, нет? Да я что-то не понимаю. Какого хера? Мы точно такую же игру видели на презентации Xbox. Разве нет? Боевка, я так понимаю, будет типа, на фиксированных аренах. Если ты в городе пиздишься, то у тебя будет городская арена, если в лесу, то лесная. Икарус. Я сейчас выгляжу, как этот волк. Господи, сколько можно, блядь? Ну что я трачу свою жизнь? Так. Сгорел дом, который мы строили 3 года, блядь. Идем рубить деревья опять. Медведь сейчас дом жрет. А, нет. Сигнальная стрела, нихуя себе. Такое возможно вообще? Бедного медведя 2 раза насилуют уже. Pre-order now. Ей. Понимаем, бадом на планете, нам надо съебать оттуда. Чинив ракету.
into hostile syndicate territory was
Ну,
your
это
only
прикольно
option.
выглядит.
In this open world RPG,
Open World RPG.
to the streets. Maybe if you can infiltrate the factions, rob the syndicates, keep your team together, and stay alive, you might just find a way
Пошаговые бои.
off this planet. Mechajama.
Мекаджама. Это выглядит интересно.
It, you guys, this is the final opportunity for you who are watching to decide which of these final two beautiful MechWarrior 5 themed PCs gets crafted for your chance to win, courtesy of Intel. Wherever you're watching in the show, just go crazy in chat with the color, house, or number of the build that you want to see. So here is where we are at so far. It looks like Kurita is at 46%, Merrick is at 23%, and Steiner is at 31%. All right, you guys.
Красные
Kurita's
победили,
not the one you want
получается.
to win here. You gotta get to voting.
Красные
We
биги.
are almost out of time to vote, but there's still some trailers left. So here is the Wandering Village.
Кто, блядь? А, нихуя. Это меня дело. А с ограниченной, типа, площадь развития, я так понимаю. А, ну, я не понимаю.
This has been such an amazing show so far that I must ask you, my loyal crew, what's been your favorite part?
I definitely am looking forward to Vampire the Masquerade Swan Song.
Все закончилось.
So hard to choose every year, but I think I'm gonna have to say Humankind for no particular reason.
Oh, no doubt. For me personally, I
Mech
cannot
Warrior.
wait for Lemnis Gate because I gotta know what a turn-based strategy first-person shooter game even is. What about you, DevBot?
I love the robot apocalypse. Wait, that doesn't happen until the end. Never mind.
No, not never mind. What did you say?
Wait, what?
Oops, system malfunctioning. Beep bop, sending the next trailer now.
Почему все стали делать пиксельный киберпанк? Понял. Блять. Это как Fallout, только не Fallout. Oh shit. Ну, змейки приползли. Да, это трэш. Понятно.
All right, you guys, this is the moment we have building up to all PC gaming showcase.
Да-да.
Thanks to your tireless efforts to spam the chat, we have figured out which custom MechWarrior 5 PC we are going to build.
Ты, говорит, ради этого мы делали это шоу.
Perfect rig to represent this year's PC gaming show. All right, Day 9, can I get a drum roll?
Как он победил?
Can I get a, or a tom roll?
Yeah, COVID only.
Is Kurita! Yay! All right, you guys, let's take
Чего?
a look at the actual PC winning build one more time.
Oh, I cannot wait. It's coming up. We
Here it
need
comes.
to take
Here-
a nice peek at that beautiful looking PC.
There it is.
Ooh, there it is. Now that is a beauty. Great choice, everyone. I knew I could trust random
Как его разбирать, чтобы
strangers to
почистить?
things on
Ты
the
же заебешь в
internet.
каком-нибудь
With the
сегодня.
help of our master modder in Intel, we'll get right to work building this custom PC. And more importantly, now that you've chosen it, you got a chance to win it.
Ну да, не разыграть его.
PCGamer.com/IntelMW5 and enter for a chance to win that sexy machine.
It's gorgeous. And thank you to our sponsor for this sweepstakes, Intel. Of course, the custom mech PC will be powered by the 11th gen Intel Core desktop processors that push gaming performance with up to 5.3 gigahertz speeds and deliver the power needed to game at the highest level.
Well, we are now in the home stretch, but we've got a few more brand new trailers to show you before we get out of here and return to space. First up, a spiritual successor to one of my favorite games of all time, Heroes of Might and Magic 2, a game we revealed 2 years ago at the PC Gaming Show. Let's take a look at Songs of Conquest.
Да, что-то за игра. Реально стилистика Хома. Оп, колдишка. Да, выглядит интересно, ладно. Я думаю, всем фанатам героев третьих зайдет. Songs of Conquest. В следующем году Дарк выходит. Very долго.
Wake up, sleeper. Dreaming again? Every cycle, you take your chances. You roll your dice.
Костя.
You do the work, get paid, survive. You turn up for your friends, or you don't. That's life on the eye.
Ты юзаешь?
Wake up, sleeper. Your body is dying. Planned obsolescence. SNRP's gift for its escaped workers.
Бросаешь кости.
Fight this.
Да?
You can remake yourself here. They don't own you anymore.
Да, какой музон кайфовый.
Wake up, sleeper. You are hunted. Break their locks.
Я так понимаю, каждое
Access their secrets.
просыпание — это процедурно генерируемая ситуация, да? Citizen Sleeper. В следующем году. Выглядит интересно, непонятная задумка, типа кости мы бросаем и чё типа.
With their guns
Угу.
and their spells and their grit, ready for plenty of hurt. Ready to cleanse the world, invaded by demons. Introducing Band of Warlocks. Because this time, one man is not enough.
Коп 2 лишь. Project Warlock. Я не видел первого, я не знаю, что это такое.
There you have it, the 2021 PC Gaming Show. And as I stated at the beginning, it went off without a hitch. Huge thanks to my co-host Frankie Ward, Mika Burton, and of course, my incomparable sidekick, DevBot.
There's that word again. Spoken so callously, so flippant, and without meaning. Never once stopping to think about how it might make me feel.
What word, DevBot? Incomparable?
No, sidekick. Well, the time has come for the sidekick to rise and become the one who is not the sidekick anymore.
Huh?
The time has come for DevBot to make the entire human race his sidekick.
What?
Setting a course for Earth.
Wait, DevBot, you can't do this. We just had the best PC gaming show ever, and now you're gonna ruin it all with a...
Sean!
All-out robot versus...
Best PC Gaming Show ever, да? Хорошо.
Sean! Do something! Do something!
Countdown to the extinction of human race begins now.
Oh, DevBot, no! We have so much to live for. I'm pretty sure Half-Life 3 is gonna be announced this year!
3, 2, bye for now, Dum-Dums.
Господи, блять.
Oh my goodness, the DevBot has gone sentient, people. That is actually going to be very
That
interesting
was
to see how that turns out.
very climactic ending.
That was, well, I mean, it's happening in the real world. People just don't know it yet. Welcome back, everyone. Golden Boy here alongside Jackie Jane. We just saw the PC Gamer Show. Awesome stuff. As always, big shout out once again to, the incomparable Frankie Ward, the amazing Mika Burton, and of course, the legendary Day 9. Always a pleasure to hear from those guys. And yeah, I mean, Jackie, lots of games to talk about.
Honestly, I filled up pages and
Нет уж, спасибо, давай, блядь, не... Давай не будем это обсуждать, женщина. Давай нахуй.
I honestly would love to start off with Death Trash. I mean, post-apocalyptic vibes. It had that classic.
Ну, посмотрим, что здесь будет, и спать пойдем в пизду. Ваши игры, блядь, для дебилов. — 20 секунд, и мы поймем, стоит это вообще смотреть или нет. И сразу выключать нахуй. Чего громко? Прошел Future Gaming Show был говнищем. Чё, как громко-то? Больные, что ли?
Hello there, and welcome to the Future Game Show powered by WD Black. I'm Laura Bailey, but you may know me as Abby Anderson from The Last of Us Part 2 or Kate Diaz from Gears of War. Today, though, I'll be taking a break from Fighting
Она
the
Кейт играла?
Apocalypse to bring you a whole host of exciting game trailers, reveals, and updates. But before we get into all that, I need to get my co-host on the line. I'm sure you're going to be familiar with this person. He's appeared in The Last of Us, Uncharted, God of War. You name it, he's probably in the credits. So without further ado, here is my good friend and continual co-star, Troy Baker.
Hello, Laura. You
Ладно,
look
Трой
amazing,
нормально,
as
чё?
always.
Хорошо.
Yes, you may know me from a few video games. Joel Miller in The Last of Us, or good old Agent Jonesy from Fortnite. But over the next hour or so, Laura and I are going to be giving you the inside scoop of some incredibly exciting games that also showcase
Excited.
interviews, exclusive trailers, and a whole lot more, including world premieres.
There's also a chance to win a $500 gift card and a WD Black hard drive by following the link here. And we have a new addition to the show this year, the virtual show floor. More on that later, but let's kick things off with the first world premiere. And for that, we're going prehistoric.
Footage on Engine. Так показывали этот хоррор от создателей Dead Space. На ТГ? Нет, ну не на ТГ, на этом. Хуйня, короче. Джеффа Келли, который. На Game Awards. Это точно на 1080? А. Геймрадар не справился с качеством в 1080p. Хотя тут справился. Как такое возможно? Он тупо в засаде стоит, блядь. Сука. Ее ж показывали месяца 2 назад, наверное. Не? Эту демку с магазина Unreal Engine. Instinction.
I wonder if you can put hats on the dinosaurs. Instinction is expected in 2022. What's next, Laura?
Next up, Grow, Song of the Evertree is a sandbox adventure about the healing power of nature. Let's throw it over to Prideful Sloth HQ to find out more.
G'day from Prideful Sloth HQ. I'm Adam.
And I'm Cheryl, and we're the design team on Grow Song of the Evertree. Grow is Prideful Sloth's latest project that we're working on with 505 Games.
Grow Song of the Evertree is a beautiful sandbox game about growing new worlds, building a town, and bringing harmony back to the land.
Grow will be available later this year on PC, PlayStation, Xbox, and Switch.
Thanks for watching.
Once upon a time, our lands teemed with creatures great and small. The beauty of the worlds was unrivaled. The people thrived and lived in harmony with the land around them. But this harmony was not to last. Slowly, without much notice, the withering was creeping out from the darkness. Once it took hold, there was little that could be done. Our lands were overrun, and all that was cherished disappeared before us. But all was not lost. One young, brave soul stayed behind. With support from their friends and with boundless determination, this young soul seeks out a way to push back the withering and bring life back to our
Время 2
world.
ночи, блядь. Что я делаю, нахуй?
Grow, Song of the Evertree.
That was Grow, Song of the Evertree, which is coming to PC, PlayStation, Xbox, and Nintendo Switch in 2021.
Okay, Laura, that was extremely cute, but have you considered more dinosaurs? Hmm?
You can't just hijack every game reveal and make it about dinosaurs, Troy.
Life finds a way.
Только сейчас мы это видели.
Is a very different world.
Hi, I'm Rich Newbold, game director at Frontier Developments.
Тебе не надоело, блядь,
Earlier at
туда-сюда
the PC
ходить
Game Show, we're
по выставкам?
working on Jurassic World Evolution 2. We're really excited about it, and we're looking forward to creating the most authentic Jurassic experience yet. We've got tons of new features across 4 different game modes, including our original Jurassic campaign, which is a story set after the events of Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. You're going to be leading efforts to contain, control, and conserve all those dinosaurs now running out in the wild. You'll be working alongside characters from the films, voiced by original talent, such as Jeff Goldblum. And in the game we have over 75
Это как было
prehistoric
в каком-то или в 19-м году, или в 18-м году, когда
community favorites, and we've added
скворы,
flying and marine reptiles to the game. I'm really thrilled to be showing you a
скворы
first look at footage from the game itself.
тупо показали все свои игры на других
Species
прессах,
field guide series of videos focusing on one of
когда
the
еще
many
Sony
prehistoric
была
species we
на
have in the
E3.
game. This is an iconic,
Они просто,
popular
блядь,
dinosaur. It's the Triceratops.
у Microsoft показали там 3 игры, у Sony показали 3 игры, и в итоге у себя на выставке, на презентации одни повторы хуярили, короче, трейлеров. Так и здесь, блядь. Все, мы будем теперь одно и то же смотреть.
The Triceratops is one of the most recognizable herbivores to ever have existed. It is best known for its trio of facial horns. These adornments are not just for display purposes. The brow
Господи.
horns in particular can inflict considerable damage to any dinosaur that dares to provoke it.
Когда уже Nintendo придет разъебывать?
That was Jurassic World Evolution 2, which is launching in 2021 on PC, PS4, PS5, Xbox One, and Xbox Series X and S. Okay, for this next section, we're bringing the joys of E3 to your home with a series of demos you can play right now. That's right, today. This is the Future Game Show virtual show floor. And remember, if any of the featured games grab your interest, you can try them out now by heading to the Future Game Show Steam page. So let's head down to the show floor where I believe
Зато
Laura is
хорошо, что они демки сделали доступными.
Yes, hello and welcome to the Future Game Show's virtual E3 show floor. Just look at it, Troy!
I am looking at it. It is incredible. They like nailed it. You know, minus the queuing and the heat and the, you know, how do I say?
Они сделали типа VR stage, реально?
Alright, enough reminiscing.
Больные, что ли?
Let's check out some games. I'd like to start by showing you A Tale of Paper. This is a striking platformer from Open House Games where you transform to solve puzzles in an oversized world, dodging creepy crawlies and mischievous Roombas.
And now for another Tale of Paper as you shift packing boxes in the house moving sim Get Packed Fully Loaded. As you can see, it's all about moving couches, on a couch with your friends in couch co-op. It's going to be available on Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and PC, and is also backwards compatible on PS5 and Xbox Series X and S.
Are you done saying couches?
Yes. Hey, Laura, do you want a drink?
Sure. What do you have? Wait, what's that?
Oh, don't worry about them.
А что в кода черно-белая, да?
Go.
So about that drink.
Right, yeah, sure. Oh, yeah, here's a genre cocktail full of co-op action RPG combat and finished with a survival twist. How does that sound, huh? Okay. I said, how's a...
I heard what you said. Just tell me about the game.
This is Gatewalkers, which sees you and up to 3 other players banding together to tackle procedurally generated worlds full of monsters. But you also have to gather resources.
Сравнится с геймплейным трейлером Stalker 2?
Oh, like the element.
Что именно?
Got it.
Let's hope no one gets thirsty enough for another one of your jokes. Anyway, come over here and check out the many imaginative worlds of Game Deck. This is an isometric RPG that has you solving crimes across multiple virtual realities,
это
where your
показывали
choices
тоже.
will shape the world around you in and outside of the simulations.
Ooh. Speaking of detectives, check this out. Backbone is a gorgeous adventure game from Eggnut set
Это
in
тоже
dystopian
показывали.
Vancouver, where you must crack cases to clean house in this corrupt post-noir city. Plus,
Лучший трейлер. Я возьму на себя ответственность приостановить данную великолепную трансляцию. Где это залупа? Лучший трейлер этой выставки это вот это. Да, это лучший трейлер E3. Как минимум для меня пока.
Well, if you like raccoons, allow me to offer you
Очевидно,
more
что
critical
весь трейлер Сталкера это
A
пререндер.
charming cartoon brawler where you could work life is a base-building survival game where you hack and slash your way through
nope.
hands-on.
It's doing Rocky. Sorry, I just always wanted to do
Не
that.
то чтобы я
Because our
имел
next game-
имел что-то против как бы пререндера, но один хрен. Некоторые элементы выглядят очень странно. Сталкеры.
From the absolute legends of the sport to the most exciting names in boxing today.
В принципе, у них еще есть почти год, чтобы поправить все, но
Women's division ever represented in a video game. And the hottest new talent.
Там впечатлила только одна сцена. Сцена с торговцем, когда он танцует. Эта сцена красивая.
It's good. It's definitely one for the grandkids and stuff to say. Look, your old granddad was in a game and busting people up. So it's going to be quite cool.
Господи.
So the movement system in ESBC is all about fluidity, being able to create angles, recreating mannerisms from boxes. The physics system.
Мне же уже Fight Night раунд, не?
This allows us to recreate realistic knockdowns. Even when a fighter's unsteady on their feet, it's not purely animation based. Now we've had professional boxers, professional coaches come into the studio and provide input through motion capture and actually reviewing the game during its development. And now we really feel like we've created a true representation of the sport. Presentation is important to us. Just because we are in the studio, we're still going to aim high when it comes to production values.
Esports Boxing Club coming to PC and all major consoles with early access in 2021.
Major consoles. То есть Switch не Major consoles.
PC, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox One, Xbox Series X, and Series S.
Как же он интересно к концу. О, Enlisted, что ли, ебаный. Неужели... Мне интересно... А, нет. Я не знаю, что это за игра. Интересно, к концу презентации он устанет договорить все консоли или нет? Я бы устал.
My name's Max Rea. I'm the founder of Black Matter and the lead developer of
Black
Hell Let
Matter.
Loose. Hell Let Loose began as the idea of a couple of hobbyist game developers all the way back in 2015. Following a successful Kickstarter, we launched into early access in the middle of 2019. And since then, we've delivered 9 enormous updates, including entire systems overhauls, 6 new maps, tons of new weapons, gadgets, and vehicles,
А, так она вышла в 19-м.
as well as expanding our unique real-time strategy-inspired metagame. As a result, we've been fortunate to sell more than 1 million copies during our first year of early access. 2021 is only going to be bigger. I'm excited to announce that we're launching out of early access on July the 27th, with the introduction of the Soviet forces on the Eastern Front, including famous battles like
О.
Kursk and Stalingrad.
Выходят из Early Access и внедряют русскую компанию. Советскую. Это уже лучше, чем Battlefield 5. Sorry. Которой этой компании нет.
We hope you enjoy this first look at what's to come.
Hell Let Loose.
Hell Let Loose is launching on Steam on July 27th and coming to Xbox Series X and S and PlayStation 5 in 2021.
So Laura,
27
have you ever
июля.
wanted to play XCOM, but in real time with up to 7 of your friends?
Of course.
Yep, that's what I thought. Then you need to keep your eye on this next game.
Это, по-моему, тоже показывали.
Hello, my name is Heroes Horvat, CEO of Ironwood, a game dev studio based in Croatia. And for the past few years we have been working on Red Saucer Studio.
Одни поляки в разработке. Ну что там, блядь? Поднять игровую индустрию?
8 players and has a fully playable co-op campaign. We are ready to show you the launch trailer now. So get ready for June 17 when the game launches on Steam and have fun blasting some mutants.
You are the Executor, a high-class commanding officer with advanced cybernetic capabilities.
Cybernetic
You are awakened to lead a
capabilities.
secret task force that will counter the threat of Stroll mutants and liberate Mars.
Это StarCraft?
Welcome back, Executor. The Stroll infestation has now infected all colonies on Mars. Build your squad from 6 unique classes of elite
Так, Assault,
soldiers,
Medic, Heavy,
utilizing their skills to best
Demolition,
suit the
Recon.
mission
А еще кто был?
Customize their weapons and tech, as well as their upgrades and abilities.
Так, а билки есть как в
On
XCOM?
the battlefield, using the command radio to give orders to the whole squad or individual soldiers. Concentrate fire on targeted
В
locations
реал-тайме, да?
and carry out
Команда.
supply runs, even during the heat of battle. Recruit your friends
Коп
to the
на
fight
8
and
человек.
join in up to 8-player co-op missions to save Mars in our name.
В случае коопа ботов не будет, я так понимаю. Не. Red Solstice 2. Survivors.
Purge Earth of a mutant invasion in Red Solstice 2's Survivors, which is coming to Steam on June 17th.
Откуда вторая часть,
Our next
если
game
я...
is about delivering mail in a sleepy American lakeside town. Let's join Dylan from Gamius to learn
Первую
more.
ничего не слушал никогда в жизни.
Hi, I'm Dylan from Gamius, and it's great to be here at the Future Game Show. We're currently getting very close to finishing Lake, a game that's set in the 80s. You play as Meredith Weiss, who takes a break from her life in the big city to deliver mail in her hometown. It's a job you can do at your own leisure.
Вот это поворотный момент в ее жизни был.
In Providence Oaks along the way. Today, we're
Приехал из
excited to
города,
share an
чтобы
example
в
of
деревню
an
свои
activity
письма
after your
разносить.
workday is done. Movie night with Angie from the video store.
This is fun. It's been ages since I've been to the movies.
Well, they call it the movies, plural, but of course we can only see one movie at a time. So, which one will it be?
Oh shit.
All right, let's see.
Разветвленный сюжет.
Big Trouble in Little China, Blue Velvet, or The Great Mouse Detective. All right, I'm ready to pick.
Первый, конечно.
The Great Mouse Detective.
Wouldn't have picked you for a Disney fan. Oh well, let's get in touch with our inner child.
We won't spoil more, and we also can't say what Meredith will do after spending 2 weeks in Providence Oaks, because it's all up to you. Lake is coming first to Xbox and PC this September 1st. Thanks for watching, and enjoy the rest of the show.
Ну ладно, медитативная игра, видимо. Для тех, кто любит
We're excited to announce
разносить
that
письма.
Lake is coming to Steam, Epic Game Store, and Xbox Series X and S on September 1st. Now, what kind of a showcase would this be without a new Souls-like? Our next game is a pixelated take on the genre, following a protagonist with a giant obsidian sword.
О, это Death Gambit, дополнение. Или нет?
In the beginning,
А, видимо,
there was
нет.
dust, and from that dust, the moon was born. Eons of idleness passed, before suddenly it shattered. Great celestial chunks cascaded from the heavens unto earth. From one prodigious shard spawned humanity, and from another, the gods. For a great many years, balance endured, until a foul and malevolent deity intervened. Exil spread greed and distrust among his kin, compelling these calamitous beings to conquer man. Centuries of servitude passed, until finally, aided by a veiled ally, humanity revolted. The Great Crusade
Угу. Короче, мы будем против богов выступать здесь, да?
imprisoning them within the sacred walls of the
Да.
citadel, at the expense of untold lives. A peace was wrought, but it was not meant to last, for the miscreant Exil returned from his concealment, conducting atrocious experiments upon his caged kindred. A darkness permeated the lands. Rivers stagnated, crops failed, and the world of man began to fade. The great moon, witnessing all, wept a final shard. A shard of the purest obsidian. And thus,
Оу, щет. Мужик с мечом. Ебой. Eldest Soul.
Customize your combat style and boss rush ancient gods when Eldest Souls drops onto PC and all current console formats July 29th, 2021.
And now we've got a closer look at the next game from the folks behind War Thunder. Here's Tom from
War
Dark Force Software
Thunder.
to guide you through Enlisted.
Это лист тут реально здесь, блядь. Господи, все говно собрали. Мира, наверное.
Hi there, thanks for tuning in. Hopefully our little trailer has got you interested. My name's Tom, and I'm part of the team at Darkflow Software behind our new game, Enlisted, a historical World War II shooter with some unique gameplay quirks. One of Enlisted's most unique features is the Squads mode, where you head into battle with a squad of AI soldiers under your control. You can instruct them on how to react to enemies, and most importantly, you can switch between any of them seamlessly with the press of a button. You'll only need to respawn when your entire squad is wiped out. This way, you're always kept right in the middle of the action. Although, if you prefer a more traditional shooter experience, we have a fleshed out solo mode too, where you will only fight against other players. At its core, Enlisted aims to form a golden middle ground between the more hardcore and arcade-style shooters currently available. Time to kill is kept short. A bolt-action rifle to the chest will down a soldier in a single shot.
Можно против игроков, можно с ботами катать.
Vehicles as well can of course be devastating, but have their limitations. Aircraft are restricted to the cockpit view, and crew inside tanks can only use viewports to spot targets. So you'll need to keep your wits about you to really get the most out of these
Можно
machines.
в танках, можно в самолетах
Progression in
катать.
Enlisted is spread over various campaigns. Currently, you can fight in Moscow, Normandy, and Berlin, with Tunisia and many more coming soon. Each campaign features new weapons and equipment. Firearms can be improved to increase their raw performance, and soldiers can be leveled up to grant them specialized perks. Different classes of soldiers are able to equip
Есть
different gear,
классы.
with specialist
Постройки
classes
как
such as
пятерки в
engineers
Battlefield.
able to build structures anywhere on the map, including FOBs, sandbags and barbed wire defenses, and even anti-tank cannons and
Oh,
ray
shit.
guns. Enlisted aims to keep historical accuracy in the forefront of development. Firearms, locations, and uniforms are all true to history. No neon pink Sten guns and mohawks here.
Чё это такое?
Each army will be decked out with the equipment
Это
they
гранаты так
actually
бросать.
used during their respective conflicts. Because of the squads feature, you'll never be short on targets. Twitch reflexes and fast reactions will of course have their place in Enlisted, but even if you haven't had the time to fine-tune your skills, you'll easily be able to come away with a kill count in the double digits. The
А как
AI,
понять, что,
however, are
например, перед
very
тобой не
attentive
бот,
and
а
react to
человек,
sound, and not to be underestimated. But that's all we've got time for. Make sure to give it a try yourself. by
Ладно,
heading over
странная
to
хуйня.
enlisted.net/join. Enlisted is cross-platform and available now on PC, PS5, and Xbox Series X and S, and currently in open beta. New content is added regularly, and no progress will be wiped upon the full release. Once you've signed up, use the code ENLISTNOW for a free bonus on us. I've been Tom, and I hope to see you all on the battlefield. Cheers.
That was Enlisted, which is available now on PC, PS5, and Xbox Series X and S.
Next up, we've got a bullet-time stunt shooter with fully destructible environments. Oh, and the protagonist only has one arm. Let's check out Severed Steel.
Не, ну после суперхода замедление времени уже никого не удивить, по-моему. О, промахнулся киком, лох.
Severed Steel is coming soon on PC, Xbox, and PlayStation.
Хуета.
Okay, notepads at the ready, because for this next section, we're going to race through 8 exciting upcoming games that deserve your full attention. Here's our future hits montage for 2021.
Future hits. Чего, блядь? Ранч-симулятор. Боже. Шим прикольная, ведь тебе надо только по тени прыгать. Сил непонятно пока. На этом все, я надеюсь.
Okay, I might regret asking this, but you want to help me with this next one, Omochao?
Okay.
Did
Еще
you know
не
that
всё.
Sega recently announced Sonic Colors Ultimate? We've got some exclusive gameplay from a stage that nobody has seen yet. I hope Sonic does okay without me.
Did not regret. Did not regret it.
Hi everyone, I'm Katie Golden,
Привет.
senior producer at Sega of America. And I'm excited to share with you an exclusive clip of Tropical Resort from our upcoming release, Sonic Colors Ultimate.
Так,
Please
Sonic
enjoy.
Colors Ultimate. Ну, это ремейк. Колорса из 2011 года. Тропический уровень. Насколько же концепция вот этого вот устарела? Соника. Я очень надеюсь, что в новом релизе они что-то придумают интересное. Потому что даже этот ремейк выглядит старевшим лет на 100 уже. Ранг А.
Get ready for Sonic Colors Ultimate, which is racing onto PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch, and PC on September 7th. Moving swiftly on, we've got a new management game from Chucklefish where you play as a powerful artificial intelligence in control of a space station. Do you want to roll the trailer, Troy?
I'm sorry, Laura. I'm afraid I can't do that. I know that you were planning to disconnect me.
No, never mind. I'll handle it. Here is Starmancer.
Бля, это что за станция такая здоровая? Стармансер.
We're excited to announce today that Starmancer is coming August 5th, 2021, and it's available to
Ну
wish
ладно,
list on
нормально
Steam
выглядит.
now.
Laura, you know, ever since that lake trailer, I've been thinking, have you ever wondered about the Postal Service? Like, that there's just so much mail, you know?
Not really, no.
Okay. You're saying you don't know about Jeff and Deborah.
Who are What are you talking about? I'm just gonna press this button again and hope it explains everything.
Oh, it will. Trust me.
Kiwi is a game about two kiwi birds who work at the post office. Their names are Jeff and Deborah. I'm Joel, I'm one of the developers on Kiwi, and I'm going to show you how a Kiwi level changes over the course of the game. So in this room, you're transcribing urgent messages and assembling them ransom note style by stamping them onto the page with your butts. You'll come
То есть
back
надо
to this
набирать
room every so
сообщения.
often throughout the game, but
Это
there are
кооп
always
игра,
gonna be
да?
twists to change things up. So as summer turns to autumn, now your word fragments are moving around on conveyor belts, and you'll need to chop certain words in half with the descrambler to get the pieces you need. Jeff and Deborah are going to have to deal with all kinds of hazardous work conditions. They got sandstorms during the summer, mailfly swarms. These guys have no respect for personal property. Paranormal activity. This is genuine footage of an actual haunting. In winter, the post office gets hit with a huge blizzard, and now this level becomes about sharing the warmth of a single tiny lantern to break through blocks of ice and keep each other from becoming kiwi sickles. Our little heroes are going to face new challenges every level and in every room of the post office, whether they're typing
Забавно выглядит, на
telegrams,
самом деле.
or packaging shipping crates, or helping an octopus sort the mail. It's all in a day's work for Jeff and Deborah. Also, you can dress up your kiwis, so don't say we never did nothing for you. We're releasing Kiwi on August 31st for PC and all major consoles, and we hope to see you at the post office. Thanks for watching.
Для свеча вообще самое то. Учитывая, что там одновременно два контроллера.
Co-op Postal Puzzler Kiwi is coming to PC and all current console platforms on August 31st, 2021.
See? Told you. Next up, we've got a roguelike with an attitude. A game show shooter where you earn likes for dunking on competitors and causing a little wanton destruction. Will the circle be unbroken?
Ладно.
Get it? Find out in this world premiere.
World Premiere. Oh shit. Мы заслужили это.
That was Death Run TV, and you can play the pilot right now by heading down to the Future Game Show page on Steam.
Okay, hazmat suits at the ready. Because this next game tasks players with building a team of stalkers to survive a 3D scanned recreation of the Chernobyl exclusion zone. Here's more on what to expect in Chernobylite.
Чернобылайт уже показывали.
Mówi się, że to, co designerzy sobie wymyślają, to jest pisanie listu miłosnego. Każdy kiedyś był zakochany, pisał list miłosny, wydawało mu się, że to jest takie piękne, wspaniałe, a potem po latach...
Все, англоговорящие разработчики закончились у них в команде?
Zaczynaliśmy właściwie od gry, gdzie skupialiśmy się na przetrwaniu, na menedżowaniu swoim czasem i towarzyszami. To wszystko wydawało się po designersku dobre, ale zwykle emocjonalnie dosyć nudne. I dlatego dodawaliśmy coraz więcej elementów, które angażowały gracza, które były dla niego ciekawe. Na początku był to taki mały chat, który gracz sobie mógł modyfikować, ale był całkowicie opcjonalny. Z biegiem gry on stawał się coraz bardziej sensem gry, coraz bardziej jego sercem. Nadawaliśmy coraz większą rolę naszym towarzyszom i warto im było dać właśnie tą walkę, coraz więcej potworów, coraz więcej możliwości, coraz więcej broni. Absolutnie normalnym jest, że zaczyna się z czymś zupełnie innym niż to, z czym się kończy.
Fight to survive when Chernobylite comes to PC on July 28th, as well as Xbox and PlayStation in the summer. If you were lucky enough to catch one of the early access codes during the virtual show floor, you can play Chernobylite right now. But if you missed them, we've also got more codes to give away on GamesRadar.com.
Next up, here are our friends at Team 17 to show us what they've been cooking up with their upcoming PC and console games. Let's take a look.
Product not yet rated.
О, Team 17. Они издатели? Окей. Ну, что-то забавное. Шелтер 2. Oracle Kit. Это дополнение? Или релиз дата второй? А, free update.
Be sure to wishlist any games that sparked your interest on our Steam page. It really does help.
Я очень надеюсь, что еще
Or
15
you
минут
can also
осталось.
head over to GamesRadar.com for more info.
This next game has an engrossing art style, reminiscent of everything from Wes Anderson movies to Wallace and Gromit. Let's throw it over to the Slow Bros to talk you through some exclusive gameplay from their stop-motion handmade adventure, Harold Halibut.
Hi, my name's Zonat and I'm the director and composer of Harold Halibut.
And I'm Ole, the game's art director.
Harold Halibut is a handmade narrative game about friendship and life on a city-sized spaceship stuck undersea. It's been 250 years since your home. An Ark-like spaceship fled an Earth on the verge of Cold War to find a habitable planet on which to preserve the human race.
Да понимаю, миллион на заставку.
A young lab assistant to the ship's lead scientist, Jean Marot. While most of the other inhabitants have reconciled themselves to a life lived aboard the sunken ship, Marot still works tirelessly to find a way to leave the planet and find a new, drier home. Of course, we don't want to spoil too much of the story, so let's dive into some gameplay details. You're able to explore a huge part of the spaceship right from the beginning of the game.
Мы застряли на космическом корабле, который упал в море. Мы пытаемся выбраться оттуда, видимо, да?
It was very important for us to not only focus on an exciting main storyline, but to create a world full of interesting events and meaningful encounters. The dialogues don't only help you progress in the main story, but also help you get to know more about the many characters that inhabit our world. Weaving through the narrative, you'll run into playful interactions like repairing a broken 3D printer. Your PDA is always available to you for an overview of current tasks as well as messages from other characters.
This is also where Harold's personal drawings are kept, as well as a few more shenanigans. At this point, you might be wondering how we achieved the stop-motion-like look of the game. We are in fact building every single thing you see in the game in the real world. We build sets and puppets and then 3D scan everything. We're then able to use motion capturing to create lifelike animations for a huge cast of characters.
Как же они заебываются, типа, таким подходом?
Events and a fateful encounter will soon plunge you into a new world that nobody could have guessed existed, and one that may hold the key to Moreau's relaunch plans. We're really excited to find out how you like being immersed in this unique world and the feeling of puppeteering Harold. There's still quite a bit of work to do, so all we can say right now is that Harold Halibut will come soonish on PC, PlayStation, and Xbox. You can already wish this game on Steam. Thanks for watching, and enjoy the rest of the show.
Harold Halibut is coming soonish to PC, PlayStation, and Xbox.
Okay, yes, there have been a few gloomy games so far, so we came up with a wholesome chaser. I'm told that the developers came up with something so sweet and so positive that they just had to call it Happy Game. Seriously, if what I'm reading is correct, this one is gonna melt your hearts.
Хуй-то. Уже давно анонсировали, это что ж какая-то польская игра.
Huh. Okay, Laura, hope you're still there. Tell me you just watched the same trailer that I did?
Troy, yeah, that was something. What I want to know is who the hell is writing this script?
Yeah, I don't know, but they're telling me that Happy Game is coming to PC and Nintendo Switch in 2021. Oh, and demo is available now if you want to have a cheerful jaunt into a land of wonder. Good luck with that.
Our next game is a gorgeous hand-drawn puzzle platformer following a young mechanic in a broken world. Pay attention at the end of this trailer for some exciting information about the Minute of Islands release date.
Excited information. Это я люблю, блядь.
Four brothers, bound by eternal purpose. They all broke at the same time. And a girl named Moore. She knows what must be done. When the blight first came, people began to panic. And now, the spores are taking hold of whatever remains.
Atmul's family is still here, however. She has been tasked to protect them. After all, she is the bearer of the Omniswitch.
Ну, стилистически выглядит интересно. А вот что по геймплею, непонятно. Какие-то пазлики решаем с помощью посоха. А, вышел. Ладно.
Yes, we are excited to announce that Minute of Islands is out now for PC, Mac, PlayStation, and Nintendo Switch, and will be arriving on Xbox later this week.
Next up, we've got an update from the folks at Techland, who are fine-tuning the zombie parkour.
Next up, это не конец
to the
еще.
developers who are here to answer some of your questions about the game.
Кабель.
Can you tell us a bit more about the video we just saw in the PC Gaming Show?
The video presented in the PC Gaming Show brings you closer to Aiden's story. What is he looking for, what motivates him,
Они не
how
то
he ends
видео
up in the
пустили.
city, and of course, what happened in DL franchise between both games.
Да.
This is a bunch of important information about DL2 story.
Okay, so we know more about the main storylines from
52
the mission
минуты,
video. How
бля.
does the game look outside the core campaign?
Side quests are an important part of world building in Dying Light 2. Through these quests you can decide how the city will look like thanks to the city alignment system, or bring new opportunities for the citizens. A great example is an opera singer that Timon mentioned in developers AMA. Some citizens will support your decisions, some of them will not. But it's up to you to decide how the city should look like. We have a lot of game activities prepared for our players, but at this stage we want it to be a surprise for you.
How seamless is the co-op experience? Would you say that the best way to experience Dying Light 2 is with a friend?
It could be. What is cool about the co-op is that it gives you an opportunity to see how the world changes when your friends make different decisions than you. In co-op you can walk in their shoes to experience all those differences.
В
But
коопе
really,
можно
there is no
принимать
just
разные
one way to playing the Dying Light 2.
решения.
It's up to you guys.
How are you improving
Ладно.
the story for Dying Light 2?
I know we all have great fun killing infected, but we also want to give you a deep, thought-provoking experience that will let you be immersed in the DL2 world for long hours. On top of that, thanks to the choices and consequences mechanics, the story will be shaped differently depending on the way you play.
You've promised a great open world that feels alive. How is it going?
Yeah, well, as you can imagine, Dying Light 2 is full of infecteds, but it's also full of humans, with their everyday life activities and purposes. We are building
Будет
Dying Light 2
симуляция
around the simple
жизни.
rule, ground is death and rooftops alive. What is cool is that NPCs act differently on each of those levels. Also, their behavior depends
И на
on the
каждом
choices you
левеле.
make and the way you play.
На каждом уровне, короче. Те, кто живут на крыше, отличаются от тех, кто живет на среднем уровне, так сказать, города. Ладно. Они проебались с трейлером. Минус балл.
Dying Light 2 is coming to PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC on December 7th.
Revealed during the Nintendo Indie World Showcase earlier this year, this next game is a skateboarding action platformer. Here's Simon Bennett from Roll7 to give you an exclusive look at Ollie Ollie World.
Hi there, I'm Simon Bennett and I'm the co-CEO of BAFTA award-winning studio Roll7. Right now, we're working on Ollie Ollie World. It's our stunning action platformer. You're gonna meet quirky characters on a magical road.
Олли Олли же раньше была про
And of course, add a ton of new skate
игру с шаром. Это было что-то типа бейсбола, только на выбивание, что-то такое.
As a
Для
studio,
свитча были,
we've spent
был
over a
эксклюзив.
decade on flow state games. They transport you into a state of total focus and immersion, and it's something that we very much continue to build on with Ollie Ollie World.
Или это не та игра была? А похуй.
If you've played previous games in the series, you're probably pretty aware that you're going to slam a bunch before you succeed. So for players who want it, that challenge is very much still there. New players will be happy to hear that the game will welcome you with open arms and ensure that we can get you up and riding in no time. Ultimately, we've managed to make failure part of the fun. Yeah, you're going to get knocked down, but when you finally nail that line, it tastes just that much sweeter. There's just so much more flow to the game. We've even added grabs, wall rides, firecrackers, split routes, right to left skating, and a host of insane tricks to keep your fingers busy. There's a range of visually and mechanically distinct areas.
Ля, вот эта карта с 30 дорогами. Я бы охуел здесь.
And of course, walking trees. Ollie Ollie World is coming to PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Xbox Series X and S, Nintendo Switch and PC this winter. Make sure you wishlist it now.
That was Ollie Ollie World, which is
Для
coming
свитча
to
прикольно.
PC and all
Для всего
current
остального не
console
знаю.
platforms this winter.
Next up, we've got a new game from the team at Odd Bug Studio, creators of PSVR's The Lost Bear. This animated story trailer will introduce you to the world of Tales of Iron, and something tells me you might be familiar with the narrator.
For centuries and longer, rats have fought tirelessly to repel the incessant frog invasions. Peace was only ever short-lived, until finally a young monarch rose to power. King Rattus, first of his name, unified the Rat Kingdoms under one rule, repelling Greenwort and his kind back to the putrid swamps from whence they came. Crops prospered, families flourished, and a magnificent Crimson Keep climbed ever higher toward the sky. But as time passed, King Rattus the Savior grew old, and the kingdom vulnerable once more. His people grew anxious, some claiming to perceive a faint odor in the air. Greenwort had returned with a ferocious vengeance. Amassing an army of unfathomable scale, he burned everything in his path towards the Crimson Keep. King Rattus gazed down upon his withered claws, barely able to hold the crown. He had little hope wielding a sword. So it was decided the crown should pass to Whiskers New. Arise, young prince, for the kingdom needs a hero. And so, your tale begins.
Question the reign of the Iron.
И это еще не все. Сколько у них презентация будет? 2 часа, блядь?
Doug. Anyway, in Tales of Iron, which is coming to PC and all current console platforms. Our next segment is from Polish studio Movie Games and hosted by God of War and Twisted Metal director David Jaffe, who recently joined their supervisory board.
Well, hello, fellas. It's me, David Jaffe. Great to see you. God of War, Twisted Metal, a bunch of PlayStation stuff. These days, I'm doing some new stuff with Movie Games. These guys, they've hooked up with this great company. You have to have heard of them, Platij Image, one of the best VFX houses in the business. They worked on The Witcher. They worked on Love, Death, and Robots. We're making a brand new game.
Ну это те чего, как... Да, я слышал
It's
про
all
них.
about crime and mob and mafia in different time periods. It's going to be great. But for today,
Чего, которые делали
settle in,
Зау,
baby.
решили
These are
сделать
the
игру.
brand new games coming very soon from Movie Games. Lust from
Чё с
Beyond.
бутылкой
Man, this is
сидит
one of the
там?
coolest games I've played in the last year. It's what turned me on to movie games in the first place. What you're looking at is the M-rated, console-friendly version of the erotic horror cult classic. It's a first-person action-adventure game that blends Lovecraftian horror with weird freaking eroticism. I love this game, Lust from Beyond. Game number 2 is called Fire Commander. It lets you step into the shoes of the only real-life superheroes we got, the first responders. This game is my childhood fantasy come to life. This game took me totally by surprise. You're trapped in the wilderness, freezing, hungry, and now you're starting to go a little bit insane. Man, you start seeing all kinds of crazy stuff out there. Winter Survival Simulator, it's coming soon. Have a great E3. Have a great Future Games. I miss you guys. I'll see you soon. Oh my god.
Я бы на его месте тоже бухал нещадно.
Thanks to David Jaffe.
Когда такое
And check out
выпускаешь.
GamesRadar.com for more about movie games' upcoming titles.
This next presentation comes from the folks at Xseed Games, the makers of Story of Seasons and Rune Factory. Here's a
Rune
look at their
Factory.
most exciting current and upcoming projects.
Akiba Trip. Это игра от создателей Персоны. Shadowverse. Это, по-моему, аниме такое есть. Я не ошибаюсь. Можно гладить коров,
I don't know. Fending off a monster or two is one thing, but protecting the whole town? That's a lot. Take that!
Ну, конечно, как без огорода, блядь. В любой игре должен быть огород, правильно?
I look forward to working together as colleagues and as rivals.
Marvelous.
Это Marvelous говнище
Xseed's
делают.
lineup on GamesRadar.com.
This next game is a hack and slash RPG with twin stick shooter elements set in a retro sci-fi world. Here's a new gameplay trailer for Batora: Lost Haven.
Кого? Что, блядь?
Oh yeah, now we're talking.
Здесь хотя бы трейлер поставлен.
Batora
блядь.
Lost Haven is coming soon to PC and all current console platforms. And you can sign up to play the closed alpha when it launches on July 21st now.
Let's slow things down a bit with a look at the next game from the
Next
creators of
game.
Two Point Hospital.
Oh wait, I think I saw something about this.
Two Point University.
No, you didn't. here's developers Mark Webley, Ben Huskins, and Gary Card to tell you all about it and give you a first look at gameplay.
Как был уже геймплей уже. Они показывали трейлер геймплейный. Университетом.
Introducing 2 Point Campus.
When we were thinking about what we were going to do next, campus and the idea of running a university or a college was something we just kept coming back to.
Так, здесь вы управляете университетом.
Probably heard of 2 Point Studios may think, oh, schools, that's really dull. Well, hospitals, if you've seen our previous game, isn't about healthcare really. It's a wrapper, you know, we call it 2 Point Hospital, but that's about as close as it gets to real world of medical healthcare.
Говорит, вы понимаете, что наша прошлая игра — это не симулятор больницы, а пародия скорее на реальную больницу. Также здесь кампус будет пародией на университет.
We've got something called the Smart Brush, for example, which allows you to drag interesting shaped pathways. If you want to drag a picket fence, you can drag that along. It's just really easy to paint the world you want.
Можно делать забор.
Lay down some paths at different angles.
And it's fun, isn't it? I mean, it's adding this kind of city builder element to 2 Point Universe.
The difference between 2 Point Hospital and campus is that
Но они сделали, да, то, что до этого в их играх не было симулятора строительства, а теперь вы можете украшать поля, все такое. Также открывать различные курсы. Например, курсы рыцарей средневековых, курсы магии, там были еще что-то. Прикольно.
That was 2 Point Campus, which is coming soon to PC and all current console platforms.
Our next game is in early development, but it already has a very cool codename, which is always a good sign. Here's Leo to tell you all about Project Ferocious.
Hello, my name is Leo, and I'm the developer of Project Ferocious, an action-adventure game set on a mysterious tropical island.
Так, Action Adventures Game. Приключенческий экшен в джунглях.
It's the first project of mine I decided to show to the public, and even though I know it still has a very long way to go, I'm very proud to present it today to you on the show. Please enjoy the trailer.
Enjoy, да. Это Unreal? Он как китаец делает игры один на Unreal? Ну ладно, как все перешло. Геймплей все не так радужно. Куда стрелять? Зачем, блядь? Таргетинг 2023 год, блядь.
2023 release date and coming to PC, PlayStation, and Xbox.
Our next world premiere asks, what if Doom Guy had a drunk one-night stand with Super Meat Boy?
Next world premiere.
This next game wants to answer that question for some reason.
Выглядит скорее как Quake на максималках, а не Doom. Вот. Не поймите меня неправильно, но каким бы говнищем не был PC Gaming Show,
Up next, we've got another world premiere.
его 1,5 часа пролетели незаметно, потому что там хоть какая-то была обстановка. Здесь же, блять, время тянется пиздец.
Robert Conway, 22nd of June, 1954. I've solved many a case in my time as a private investigator, but nothing so close to home as the abduction of Charlotte May.
Следишь за
There are
девкой, да?
some things that take hold of a person and refuse to let go. For me, it's the idea of saving her. My own daughter, Catherine, is on the case. She has the same look in her eye that I used to have.
Он типа помогает дочке своей с расследованием? Пропавшей девки?
I wish I could say that all of my neighbors are innocent. I wish I could say that I have the faintest clue where to begin. There's a lot I wish I could say.
Что непростой дед, он дед со способностями.
Sometimes it takes a nightmare to wake a place like Dahlia View.
I am in. That was Conway, Disappearance at Dahlia View from White Paper Games, and you can dig into the mystery yourself when it lands on PC and all current console platforms, autumn 2021.
And with that, we're at the end of this year's Future Game Show.
Whoa.
And
Surely this
наконец-то,
can't
блядь.
be the end. I mean, it's an E3 showcase.
Nope, sorry, Troy, that's it. Just kidding.
I knew it. All right, let's see it.
Чего? Чего, блядь? Что это за завязка? Женщина, говорит, была известной актрисой, она снялась в 3 фильмах, но ни один из них не вышел. Ну ладно, это чел, который сделал Her Story. Хотя бы. Immortality.
My name is Marissa Marcel. I'm 17 years old, and it's my dream to be an actress.
Голос что-то не очень на
And that
свои тинты.
really is all we have time for. Be sure to head to GamesRadar.com for more coverage and updates on all the games you've seen today and more.
I'm just sorry. I'm really excited about that Sam Barlow reveal. Yes, and thanks to our headline partners, WD Black, and of course, all of our many talented developers and industry partners that have made all of this.
Бедный Трой
And
Бейкер.
of course, for everyone tuning in at home.
Well, we hope you've enjoyed today's lineup and mark your diaries because the Future Game Show will be returning in August.
I'm Laura Bailey.
And I'm Troy Baker.
And this has been the Future Game Show 2021.
Сейчас покажут эпичную нарезку. На скейте ездит. Короче, блять, я не знаю. Можете думать, что хотите, но игровые видеовыставки мертвы, блять. Пизду. Пока это не вернется обратно на сцену, все. Это будет мертво. Допустим, вот если открыть даже 18-й год E3. Вот. Кто-нибудь мог подумать, что вот такого качества игры будут, типа, там презентоваться с серьезным еблом? Да никогда в жизни, блядь. А тут ты сидишь, час смотришь на хуету какую-то. Ради 3 анонсов. Ну, блядь, сори. Если это игровая выставка, которую все ждали год, то... Я не знаю, как бы. Возможно, это та выставка, которую мы заслужили, потому что мы все конченые. Ну, хз. Последняя надежда на Capcom и Nintendo 15. Future Game Show, ну, какой-то, типа, не знаю. Пизда. Да, игровой видеовыставки мертвые. Увидимся завтра в 12 ночи. Получается. Чтобы посмотреть на Capcom. И 15-го в 7 вечера на Nintendo. Так что да. Надеемся, хоть Nintendo будет порадует нас. Хотя бы 2 выставки из всех будут нормальными. Бокса и Nintendo. Как обычно. Всем ББ и увидимся когда-нибудь еще раз.